Stephen Shields Radio Show.
Hello, Wisdomers. I'm back again. You got me. Yay! You got Stephen Shields on the Stephen Shields Radio Show on Wisdom. How's everyone going? It's Monday morning now at 8:22 a.m. as I'm recording the show. And I just made my coffee, did my morning meditation. Thought I'd just get up, start my week on wisdom as well. Feels great. Yeah, really does feel great to have started the week. Here on the Stephen Shields Radio Show, we always, you know, try to, yeah, live our lives in positive and, as much positive as we can in spirituality right now. I'm sure you've heard of the term of a near-death experience. If you have ever had that in your life, and what does it mean to have a, near-death experience in the world? I have had a near-death experience myself, and I can remember at the time where I just ended up seeing this like white light that I just felt the sense of peace, actually. Felt this sense of peace. Uh, and at the time, it was, I just could not, basically head around as to what happened. I mean, it was one of those experiences where having a near-death experience in my life, I never felt this amount of peace in the world, you know. And that's how I felt. And if you've ever come across that time in your life where you've had a near-death experience and you've experienced what it's like to die, I have, and just felt this such peace in my life, like just this peace and like something was just taking me up into the sky, and I didn't know at the time what it was. You know that? I really didn't know. I guess the spiritual world is a world where the unknown is the unknown at the end of the day. You know, I do think that we have to acknowledge that this is real. for starters, like the spiritual phenomenon out there and how it is perceived. Like a lot of people have different interpretations of the spiritual world. You know that. But for me, it's I mean, what can I say as to why, this happened as well? If you're meditating as well, I've been a meditator for quite a few years in my life now, and you're always finding out, well, you know, as the earth is constantly changing all the time, and whatever you're trying to manifest in your life, be it good energy, and try and surround yourself with as much positive people as you can, especially in entrepreneurship. This is what I've believed in so far as my experience of a near death experience. I just ended up feeling this sense of peace in my life, and for me it was an experience that I will never ever forget as well. That it happened. But the there's a saying in life too, like the type of energy that you do put out to the universe, will resonate back onto you how you perceive life. So I guess if you are thriving off drama, stirring up trouble, well, that's what you are going to attract, you know. And there are people out there that do that. They stir up trouble, they live their life in the soap opera. You might have family members that do that as well, that just want to be stupid. But you know what? At the end of the day, people have a choice. And if you want to be an idiot and do that, go right ahead. But for me, I choose to surround myself with good energy in life, you know, and there's a reason why I do that. You have to think about, from my point of view as well, that, hey, life is a journey, I guess, for everyone on your spiritual journey and your true path, I guess. But so many different meditation styles out there, and what you choose to do with your practice is completely up to you. But the topic of death has been going on way before I was even born on this earth for me. You know that. I guess now, as I mature more in life, getting older every day and getting wiser, I'm always going out and, I was always asking about where was the timing going to be in my life, especially when I was younger. I used to be like, well, I used to want things straight away. I used to see the rock star life as being glamorous. You know, I can remember being younger and having all the heavy metal posters, but then as I get older now, and I think, the truth is that, life is not all glamorous and what they make it out to be on social media and all that, because that's what social media is doing. It's screwing with our minds, screwing with our mind, body, and soul is what it does. Social media. It's quite sad, actually, that this is happening with social media now and how it creates what's called a mind fuck, where it, you know, just makes your life difficult at times. Because I'm always thinking, well, we've got all the latest technology, all the latest gadgets, etc., etc. But it's like our society just wants more. There's no, what can I say, unconditional love in society anymore and families. It's all become a materialistic world where families just want to sue each other over a family will and get greedy over money. You know that. But it's like, well, why? You know, that's what I want to know. Why? Well, that's a good question as well. Is what you want to know. Do you often ask yourself about, well, why was I put on this earth? I guess, and why things happen to good people for some reason, if you've heard of that. Is another common question that we do get asked quite frequently all the time. That, and I'm finding that out. Well, I guess sooner or later that things need to improve on ourselves. They need to get better spiritually out there in the world, of course. And we need to know that, there's so much spirituality books written on spirituality these days that I believe that, we're constantly always looking for answers, to the questions that are out there. It's like for starters, how, you ask yourself, well, why, how come, why is this happening? What happened? Where? But I guess the near-death experience is, everyone does interpret death experiences very differently as well. But I guess life is a journey at the end of the day. All right, it's 20 degrees right now. Feels like 20.6 degrees Celsius, minimum of 18 degrees Celsius, top of 25 degrees Celsius, 0 to 1 millimeter of rain, possible shower. South southeasterly, 7 kilometers an hour wind, 11 kilometers an hour gust, 77% humidity, rain since 9 a.m. yesterday. Rain, 75% high chance of no rain, 50% medium chance of no rain, 25% low chance of at least 1 millimeter of rain. Sydney, Australia today, cloudy, medium 50% chance of showers, most likely in the early morning and later tonight. Wind southeasterly, wind southerly 20 to 30 kilometers an hour, reaching 40 kilometers an hour in the east, no fire danger rating. Sun, moon, and UV index 6:30 a.m. sunrise, 7:54 p.m. sunset. Last quarter moon phase, new moon. 20th of February is the next moon phase. 10 very high max UV index. 9:20 a.m. to 5 p.m. sun protection recommended. Tomorrow sunny with shower predicted. Low of 17 degrees Celsius, top of 23 degrees Celsius. Wednesday sunny, partly cloudy, a low of 16 degrees Celsius, top of 28 degrees Celsius. Thursday, sunny, low of 14 degrees Celsius, top of 31 degrees Celsius. Friday, sunny, partly cloudy, low of 16 degrees Celsius, top of 32 degrees Celsius. Saturday, sunny, partly cloudy, low of 18 degrees Celsius, top of 34 degrees Celsius. Sunday, sunny, partly cloudy, low of 19 degrees Celsius, and a top of 33 degrees Celsius for the max. I was listening to Alan Jones last night about the whole cancel culture problems going on in the world and on Earth that we are living in now. And having to be cancelled and, the struggles of cancel culture that we have too, where it does impact our businesses quite a lot. It makes it very hard on our businesses too. It makes it for us to very hard for us to, uh, get noticed out there as well in the world, and for me, it's, when you're living life and creating content for what you do and what you love as a content creator, and then you finding that you've ended up having, what's called cancel culture, and you've been cancelled in your life too. And for me, it is offensive, all this cancel culture stuff. For me, it's I certainly believe that we've got to, learn about how, I guess, we can overcome these issues of cancel culture in the world. Now, I know we've got all the trends on, YouTube Shorts and Reels and all this bullshit and all this TikTok shit as well. But it seems to me that it's all about finding your own destiny in the world, I guess. I think the more we, I guess, are constantly looking for answers as content creators as to why we're not being heard. Sometimes we just got to, let it go for the universe, I guess, and let the universe decide. And, when we put it in the universe's hands, it's so much more better to do that. And that's what I think. I think too, where it all goes wrong is expectations. When you are expecting too much out of your life than what you already have, that too can go wrong as well. And like I said, with the whole situation of creator burnout as a content creator too, I find that we have to surround ourselves with a great community of people out there who want to see you succeed in your life and can relate to your story as well, because we all have a pathway and story to our success that we have lived with for quite some time as well. Yeah, I remember starting out on my journey in this business of content creation, where I had a lot of fear, doubt, and anxieties as well. I felt that it was a lot of not believing in myself at the time to what I should have done. Where now I am able to get out there and be able to get my work out there as well, and be able to express my uh, views and opinions to the world in order for people to be the best that they can be. It's like yesterday I was working on some Giphies. I was drawing. I was just relaxing, and it's just nice and meditative. Get back into drawing again. It's that's also a good thing for me to just forget the world for a change. You know that. But right now, it's always changing. Definitely you just got to keep believing in yourself. And if you've had a near-death experience, it's it's one of those experiences of your life where you just can't explain. Like, no amount of scientific textbooks are going to explain it properly. Science will do its best to deny the spiritual world. I can tell you that for a fact. Stephen Hawking was one. He always denied that, well, if there was no God or whatever you believe in spiritually, it all started with a big bang, and that's what wiped out the dinosaurs at the time. But I do feel that our professors in our universities are just giving one leftist point of view to life, where that's all they want you to believe in is left wing thinking and left wing ideology, denying your spirituality and denying your freedom and giving you cancel culture as well. It's actually quite sad for once. It's offensive because I'm fed up with it, the cancel culture. But yeah, the truth does come out to light, I guess. And for me, I think the more we give our best, the better it gets. I think too, every day is a learning experience, and it's all about, finding your true path for your true success. Whatever spiritual practice you have, and as long as you feel comfortable doing that, then there's no issue with it whatsoever. You know that. I think too, we have to see that we can't rush answers as well. We can't you know take life for granted for what we already have, because in my younger years too, I never used to have gratitude. I used to dwell on materialistic items, like, and it only made me more depressed and more miserable. And now, as I'm getting older, I feel really good about my life. I'm proud of my achievements. I used to be very hard on myself, and like I said, in the content creation industry as well, I used to compare myself to other content creators, and that would only put pressure on my mental health, and that would only create more depression and anxiety in my life too. And we can't have that as content creators. We have to create and enjoy the productivity behind content creation and in this industry as well. And believing in yourself as to, how you can further generate the best life that you can in this industry today, and enjoy the process, I guess, because the more we enjoy the process, the better life becomes too. I think the more you can learn from your mistakes that you've made, the better it is for you and your health long term, because that's what you want to focus on, is your long term health. Because I see this business as a long term solution, not a short term thing. And that's why creator burnout is on the rise. It does, get very difficult for creators out there spiritually as well, and having a spiritual practice is very important, as Oprah Winfrey will always tell you that you cannot do this on your own. You have to basically find out, well, what am I doing that's right? What am I doing that's wrong? For starters, you know. So at the end of the day, I love, you know, being on YouTube, Rumble, and Odysee, and Ultreon, and as many different platforms as I can. I love doing this podcast as well and sharing my ideas, you know, to the world of social audio. And I guess social audio has been a blessing for me in my life too. And it's helped me just get out of my comfort zone and, not take things personal, you know. It's like the problems we've got with the Hunter Biden laptop at the moment, that we are all constantly hearing about the Hunter Biden laptop and the 2020 election is, I mean, you've got to understand the Hunter Biden laptop has to be investigated. Joe Biden is clearly not a fit president for the job. All right. I was listening to Alan Jones last night, and Peggy Grande was on. She's a great woman, Peggy Grande. Good on her. Well, you get to hear what the censorship the Democrats are doing and the Labor government are doing in order to try and censor you and cancel you out of your spirituality and say, oh, we've got to invest in climate change. You know that. I think too that you know we've got to listen to our intuitions at times in needs in the world. As much as we can, our intuition is far more important than any of this cancel culture bullshit out there. All this political shit going on with climate change and all that, and left wing agenda thinking, where that's all they preach to you. Trust me, I've been through it in the education system in school as well, and I just felt it was all a bunch of crap what I was getting taught. You know that. And seriously, I did. I just felt, what is this shit that I'm being taught? And who knows at the end of the day where it goes. But I think now is the time that we've got to, wake up to ourselves and say, hey, you know, It's like streaming services. Disney Plus recently pulled down an episode of The Simpsons because they said, "Oh, this is insulting China." I mean, that's bullshit. It really is bullshit to be doing that shit as well. To be saying that, oh, we've got to take down an episode of The Simpsons, which is not doing any harm to China at all on Disney Plus, and yet, what pissed me off about Disney Plus is they put their monthly subscription up to $15, and they're saying, oh, we're not going to support a HDMI cable anymore. Well, fuck you, I ain't using your product. Paramount Plus is the same. I was pissed. That pissed me off. How does your app not support a HDMI cable, adapter? I'm talking about the iPhone one. Oh, no, we want you to get the smart TV. No, I'm fed up with the control that these tech corporations want to have over your life, tell you what to do, what you should watch, what you can't watch. It's not fair, you know. Now, I don't mind streaming services, but all it is just it's just a business. And all these marketing tactics. I remember, Disney Plus at one time was, $10 a month. But then gradually over time, they just keep putting their prices up. For what? It's the control over people, especially Netflix is the worst for this, actually. Netflix was at one time $9.99 a month. And all ends up on free-to-air TV anyway, and it's just stupid. Like, I don't know. All the music streaming services too now, I just don't appreciate it. Like, I got iHeartRadio anyway, it plays all what I'm listening to. Spotify and all Apple Music, you got to think, well, how often am I on it as well? I used to use it a fair bit when I was younger. Ever since getting older and mature now, I start to realize, well, they're all out just for your money. And they just want to make a quick buck out of you. No, I get it. Streaming services do have their place, and there is a good to it, and there's bad. There's a downside to the streaming services in the world. But what I don't like is how the censorship and the cancel culture is happening too with streaming services. You know that, and that's what I feel right now. I feel that there's no sympathy with these streaming services. They all get political, and they all want to, oh, why should they get political? Again, it's the control they have over the mass media. You know, I just don't understand. See, I'm old fashioned. I'll be honest. I'll go to my local library and I'll borrow a DVD. I don't know why, but that's just how I am. How I consume my movies and my entertainment. I remember I used to borrow CDs. I know we don't borrow CDs anymore, but I have no issue in the old fashioned way. I think the old fashioned way is the best way to go in life. You know that. Yeah, it's like, I mean, what can I say? You know, in order to be successful out there, it is true that we've got to adapt, but we can't let it control us. There's no way you should ever let mass media control you and control your life. You know that, because your life is far more important than any mass media or any corporation out there that want to, make life difficult for yourself. And that's not fair as well. You want to be able to find that life is it's true, you got to give to receive. You see, back in my younger time when I was immature, I was, like I said, very fixated on materialistic items. I never believed in giving to receive, never believed in the abundance cycle. Now I'm quite open about it. I think life has opened up in a different way for me as well. Also, too, the type of people you surround yourself with is important, because if you are surrounding yourself with negative influences out there, well, that's what you're going to attract more in your life, is negative people. So the more we can, basically give back, the better it is for you. There's a quote by Jesus once said, he said, "Store up your treasures in heaven where thieves and moths may not rust and steal." Basically, what he's saying is, if you're constantly dwelling on materialistic items here on Earth, what's going to happen? It's all going to go back to the government, and, well, people try to steal it, etc., etc. Whereas in heaven, if you store it up in heaven spiritually, it's so much more better. And this is where what I'm trying to say is, the greed in some families out there with a family will, they want to start suing each other. This is going on. Like, you hear about celebrities suing each other over assets and collateral and property out there, and jealousy. At the end of the day, it's all going to go back to the fucking government anyway when you die. So I want to stay happy with what I've got. I'm happy with what I've had and what I've achieved. And it's quite sad that how money too can break friendships up. It can break up families. A lot of marriage divorces are to do with money and finances, plus other things too, like domestic violence, and that's not right. But it's weird. Couples can't control their finances, and this is the world we live in. Like, people who want to go around, oh, look at me, I'm driving a Lamborghini on credit. Well, good luck to you. You're an idiot. Let them do it. That's their problem. So you have to. Spirituality is very important. Um, and know that where I am now, I just believe I'm in a good position to keep being a content creator for you, and keep on, knowing that what I'm here for is to give you the best entertainment and the best content that you can here on the Stephen Shields radio show, all the way in Sydney, Australia at the moment. But I guess, yeah, it's all about having appreciation for what you already have as well. You know that. And I know now where in life, how it can, make you or break you as well. I think too that if we concentrate on the negatives, that's what you're going to attract is more negative in the world. I think too it's I mean, life is life, I guess. You know that. And for me it's all about yeah, having gratitude and giving back. It's also important to, donate to charity and give back to charity organizations as well. And that's what I think that's important is to, give back in the world. You know that? Because it is true. I mean, you've got to give to receive in this world right now. You know that? And that for me is a thing that we've just got to keep on working on at the same time. You know that? As I think too, if we keep on, dwelling on negative stuff, well, that's what you constantly are going to attract is negativity in your world. And if you dwell on the positives, that's what you attract. Positive, you know that. And that's what I think. The more we look for ways to, you know, hang around good people who want you to, you know, succeed in the world. And that's what you want. That's what you need in your life. right now is to find out, well, this is the life that I live now, this is my destiny, this is my path, and this is my soul's true purpose in the world. So no matter how much we've gone through in the La Nina season as well, and the last 2 years have been a struggle as well, guys, by the way, with all the floods going on in Australia. But it's all about getting up, brushing ourselves off, and moving on from these traumatic events to, I think, to the more, if we, I'd say if we dwell on things too much, well, on negative things, especially on the news as well, then that's what you get, is negativity, you know. So I think it's all about knowing for a fact in what is your soul's true purpose for yourself as well. You know that. And for me, it's one of these journeys where, you know, I've had to learn to basically, have patience in my life too, because patience is a virtue. You know that. Patience will always be a virtue in the world. And just believing in yourself to the point where what I'm here for is yeah, to be a content creator. I think the more we, you know, look at life in a negative way, the world, that's the more you're going to get as well. So no matter how much bad things are going on in our political system, I think it's all about just concentrating on what you do want, not what you don't want as well, is another one to say. And who are the people that you are surrounding yourself with too, is another definitely another important aspect for your life too. everyone's spiritual pathway and spiritual journey is different, and we all have a story to share in the world. Whether you've had a near-death experience or not, it's what you felt at the time. Like I said earlier on in the podcast, I felt a very sense of urgent peace in my life, peace, just this white light of peace, where I felt something was just taking me up into the sky, and I just didn't know what it was. But it really felt good. Just like you just forget about the whole world and you go to a different place for a change. You know that? And so this is what I definitely believe in at the end of the day. But I just want to say thank you to all my listeners who stopped by here on Wisdom social audio app, guys. If you have missed the pre-recording of the Stephen Shields radio show, you can subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you download your podcasts. Subscribe, and that way you get notified of new episodes every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. And share any of your favorite episodes that you felt inspired as well. And also, too, give me a follow on Truth Social, Getter, Gab Social, Webtalk, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Cheers, everyone. Bye for now.